Привет из Сингапура. С вами передача «ГолубьМира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about theory of everything and let's start with the definition.
Theory of everything is omnipotent theory. A lot of people who were scientists, researchers like Planck, like Faraday, like Newton, like Einstein, and all other, even Tesla, they were thinking, okay, we know something in some small field of science. For example, electric and magnetic взаимодействие, coexistence.
Interaction.
Interaction, yes, correct. Okay, we know about huge planets and stars and how this things goes in our universe. But is there any possibility that we will find the equation or system of equation which will suit both to electrons and to huge galactics? And it will be very funny. You know, sometimes this theory also called as God's equation. So maybe this is just single equation which is known by God only. And if we will discover, we will be a happy civilization. And this is also a funny story. Einstein died, and also Steve Hawking and some other guys, and they suddenly sitting in the heaven decided, okay, we should go to the God. We spent all our life to find this God equation, and now we are so close to him. Let's be brave, let's ask. They come to the God and found God is standing close to the blackboard with piece of chalk and writing something. Amazing situation, and these astonishing people were standing and thinking, what does this mean? And suddenly all of them say, you have an error here. And God says, yes, but it is predictable error. It should be. In any other case, you will discover everything too fast. I should not just make a world, but I also should make it unpredictable.
As they also said, you always may want to put some sort of Easter egg in whatever you build so that you either surprise someone or maybe control things. So in terms of this theory of the God, what are the fundamentals or building blocks it consists of?
There are four interactions which are well known for us, and also we will add to them fifth. This is theory of struns. Струны, как будет по-английски?
Strings.
Theory of strings. Okay, we have, for example, light. Light has a dual nature. From one side, this is a piece of elements or matter, but from other, this is energy. The same with theory of strings. Some things is very familiar to something which is waved. For example, if one planet will come close to another, you will know that, for example, when moon comes to the Earth, from the Earth we have heel of the water. This is why we have tides, приливы, отливы, tides, and
I think it's only tides.
okay, and we have tides. And this is also about strings, because every single drop of the water should behave in independent way, but some of them create a big waves in total.
So, and in terms of the levels of mastery that one should need to possess in order to apply this theory, and we'll talk about the application separately. So what are they?
Okay, let's make it simple or keep it simple. First, you should understand that F is equal to minus F. Force of сила действия на силе противодействия.
Equals to the force that applied oppositely.
Yes, this is the very first and very simple rule you should understand. Or, for example, for humanitarians, let's say in this way: if you will see in бездну, in abyss,
Abyss.
when you will see in abyss, abyss will look at you. So F equal to minus F. Second, it's about energy. Energy creates from different sources and could be potential or kinesthetic. Some about your height on the planet, some about with your velocity. Third, this is about cosmos. The
Space.
same about space, yes. E is depend from your weight or massa, and also with your speed of light. And this is really hard to imagine that when you are floating in the space, you depend on the speed of light. But to be just accurate, we should understand that if our Earth would stop, we will fall from our planet with speed something like 485,000 kilometers per hour.
Wow, I guess I do believe for some of the people, it's actually might be hard to wrap their head around this because in our world, pretty much everything seems to be kind of static, but I guess everything is relative. So in terms of the applications, I do believe people might be wondering how to apply the theory of everything to the real life.
You know, this is not about applying. This is quite philosophical exercise. When we have, for example, temperature, when we have velocity, when we have volume and other stuff, there is a very big variety of equation we should know and remember. Probably, if we will know the equation of God, maybe it would be just a single formula we should know for all our life. Yes, okay, this is quite futuristic, but who knows?
So as we discussed, it's not really about the application, but more like interpretation and awareness. So probably there are certain ways how people may not be interpreting things correctly. And if there are, what are they?
Theory of everything will not explain everything as could sounds from its name. Theory of everything just tried to combine 5 fields of interaction which are known for us. But maybe in nearest future we will find like 6 or 7 more kind of interactions, and we will need theory of everything above everything.
And if we try to visualize theory of everything on a certain 2D space, and we also will try to do this with the same theories, whether there will be any some sort of like intersections if they at least lie in the same fields.
If we are lucky, we will have like 5 cycles which have the same center. Maybe some of them will be bigger or smaller, but the same center. But it will not happen for example, for our life. Maybe we will have like a kind of a very unusual flower. There would be several cycles which have intersection in the middle of all of them, but some maybe will like a fallen лепестки,
Leaves.
maybe like a fallen leaves. Who knows?
And in terms of the skills or maybe the expertise, in order to be able to understand the theory, what are they for the person who tries to wrap his head around this topic?
You're quite right. Your head will blow out because it is not easy to understand. For example, let's think that we have a geometry of Euclid. On the flat, we will write triangle, and sum of the angles would be like 180. Then we will take, for example, ball, and we'll put this triangle on it, and sum of angles would be 270 degrees. At this point, a lot of people couldn't understand. You know, a lot of people believe, and they are spread around the globe, that our Earth is flat. Around the globe, but Earth is flat. And they think that it's quite normal to fly from point to point by the direct line. But you're flying a lot, you know, it is like a cord. You never will fly directly. So first, you must understand curvaceity of the space. It is not direct. Second, you should understand Möbius stripe. When you will put small paper stripe, cross it down, and for example, make with glue, and then you will put a small fly, which will go or cucaracha, and this like digit 8 will endless. So this small creature will go forever. Third level, you should understand like a Tor. Это как бублик. Tor. Есть такое слово в английском?
Bagel.
Bagel, yes, okay. Then you should think on the third level like a bagel. If you will fly from our planet somewhere outside, you will never go far away. You will always return because we have not a single dimensional or third dimensional space. It is like more dimensions and also rotations. So you will never reach the end of the universe. It is not exist because this is wrap up.
And my last question will be how know about the theory of everything could help to make this world a better place.
No one knows theory of everything because it is not developed yet, but a lot of bright minds think that it could be done, and they trying their best, and let's wish them luck. But to understand that maybe there are some dependence which could be described in the shortest way, this is good to know. Mathematicians always say that good equation should be красивый, beautiful.
Beautiful.
It should be beautiful. And if you have something ugly, this could be wrong. This couldn't be right. So if you will find theory of everything, probably it would be a beautiful equation which was discovered by human nature for last decades.
Теперь мы знаем, что есть вещи сложнее корпускулярно-волнового дуализма Декарта, а мы рассмотрели теорию всего и как она полезна именно вам. Всем мира!